The wheels in the sky keep on turning.
I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
The wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
I don't know the rest. Guys, welcome to Real Awkward, the best damn podcast. You heard.
Today, we are Journey.
Whoa, you went fast. And we're not Journey,
Sure.
We're Real Awkward.
Oh, I thought we were Journey. We sounded just like them.
You don't look like a small Asian man that sings lead. Okay? So get out of here. Get out of here.
You know what? Maybe I identify as a small Asian man.
It's 2023.
Oh, God.
Be what you
Oh,
want to
God.
be. Guys, today's episode. Oh, never mind. I'm Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Journey.
God.
I already said this before.
I'm a small
but-
Asian man.
I'm sorry. This episode is a.
Do you even remember?
Yes. This is a series that we have already done once or twice, and people seem to like it.
Yeah, what's it called?
Oh my God, I had a really cool name for it before. No, I don't remember.
It's called Box Office Throwback.
Box Office Throwback.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Wow,
I was like, I don't remember.
And Amanda decided the year for us this year. And Amanda, what
This
year
year.
are we doing?
1932.
Oh God! Everyone's like, delete.
Fits her.
It's all
though.
these movies
Oh,
just.
God. Yeah, we're all over it. It's all black and white pictures.
It's just all Charlie Chaplin.
Yes. I imagine that would be boring if you did all Charlie Chaplin all the time.
Yeah.
No, today
I'm just kidding.
is 2005 Box Office Throwback. We are talking about the most popular, right? Popular films.
No.
Oh, it's not?
Well, I guess you could say they're popular. The highest grossing.
Okay, so technically highest grossing, but it can transition
in
to
the box
popular.
office. Highest grossing
Right.
in the box office, technically.
Right. So you're going number one and then down, right?
No, we're going to go the worst movie of the year and
All the
work
way
our
up.
way up.
From the bottom, now we eat.
No, we're starting at the best of the best.
Amanda, 2005. Do you know it well?
I mean, I lived through it, so I would hope so.
I want you to guess what number one is, because I'm
Okay.
racking my brain.
That's what I'm trying to think. Okay, so I was a junior in high school.
What video game came out?
Kingdom Hearts. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think like, okay, I'm in high school. I'm probably going with my friends to see a movie.
I'm gonna say Freddy versus Jason.
I'm gonna say a Star Wars. Probably like, I think Revenge of the Sith.
Was Revenge of the Sith in 2005?
I don't know
Because
2000 or 99 was Phantom Menace.
right, so you assume
And
every 2 years.
It was like every 2 years.
So it could be 2005 or 2006.
So I'm gonna try and make a somewhat educated guess
Frickin'
because
yeah.
I saw here's the memory bank. My friends and I would go to the midnight showing of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And so it was when Mountain Dew Pitch Black was out.
Oh,
And Taco
tasty.
7-Eleven had special like lenticular cups of Return of the Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith, yep.
And I had a Pitch Black Revenge of the Sith cup, and my mom still has it, and I need to get it.
But you think it was
so? That's my
2005?
guess. I don't know.
See, I was graduating college that summer of 2005. So I feel like that would have been one I should remember all the movies from, and I'm drawing a blank right now.
No, I don't remember anything.
Yep.
So what does she win?
Oh, she got it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, girl. So it was Star
Yeah.
Wars Revenge of the Sith.
Star
huh?
Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, snap. Which arguably is, I think, a good movie because once Anakin can finally go dark, he doesn't creep me out anymore. So,
Well, I mean, he definitely loses points when he kills all the little kids.
they deserve
but
it, dude.
the younglings, but the fight at the end with Anakin and Obi-Wan, dude, and the duel of the fates, like that music that's
Yeah.
playing, that was incredible.
I have the high ground, Anakin. Don't do it.
You were the chosen one. I honestly, I love that song,
Yeah.
like the Duel of the Fates. I love that song, and another banger from John Williams. And
Banger.
so that movie, it's got some faults. It's got some rough
Sure,
spots.
no, sure. I mean, it's not perfect, and that whole trilogy we could probably argue about forever. But I
Yeah.
would say that like it was an okay conclusion to the whole like
Good enough.
trilogy. I mean, we already knew how it ends. He turns into Darth Vader, but the way they did it was like, dude, him like burning on the fucking fire mountain, like, and his
That
legs
was fucked.
chopped off and his arms chopped off, and like he like
And he's like, I hate
Yeah,
you.
right.
I hate you.
yes, I hate you.
No, that was honestly fucked.
That's pretty brutal.
It was just hard because they had to tie up so much in that movie that they really should have started it sooner in the movie.
Yeah.
So much happened in the last 35 minutes.
Yep.
Like,
I agree.
you find out Anakin killed all the younglings. Padme delivers the babies and dies.
Yeah.
And then they have their huge fight, and then he turns into Darth Vader and goes, no. So like,
He
so
turns into Dr. Evil. No, Scott.
you missed your Bigglesworth. Okay, Chris and I just watched all those again.
Dude, they still hold up. They're still funny.
The first one.
Okay, the second one has its moments, but you're right. The first one's my favorite. Yep.
The first one, like, is still fucking funny. It
I
still
swear
kills
it's not
me.
mine.
But the second one has its moments.
Yeah.
But the third one, we're watching it, and I was literally like,
Goldmember's
"This is
so
awful."
bad. Yeah, it's so bad. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got number one right.
Yep.
Okay.
No. I got number one.
Sorry, Amanda got it right.
Can I tell you right now that I'm very like, yes.
Okay, number two,
yes,
Fly
yes.
Away Home. No, I don't- okay.
I'm pretty sure that was in the
I
90s.
think it was. Okay, so let's keep going down this list. Dude, there's a bug right now in the studio, and Ash is freaking out. She's like,
It's up on the
What kind of a-
ceiling.
she's like, I
What
can't-
kind of a bug is
They're the
it?
palmetto bugs.
No, it's
we
not
have
a
in here, right?
palmetto bug.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know what they're called, but it's not a palmetto bug.
Anyway, it flies around. It's not that big, but it's just it like
They're
flies
little
in
like
your face.
beetle-y looking things.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a flying beetle.
For a while, it just circled around the light.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm like, where's it
but
going to
you
land?
can see Ash is like it's like she's hiding from frickin' like diving crows
It's
or
so
something in here.
creepy.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like things moving around that like are constant.
I think
so
we'll be okay. just do your thing. Do your job, producer.
Number 2.
just throw a shoe at it.
Number 2.
Tumnus?
What? Tumnus?
Tumnus.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, see, dude, I feel like I've only seen like 20 minutes of that film. Like they go through the closet
The
and then I fell
Chronicles
asleep.
of Narnia.
Wait, sorry, they go through the closet and then James McAvoy's like, I'm a fawn, and then I fell asleep or whatever, or I didn't care.
James McAvoy goes, "Hi, I have a school for gifted youngsters."
Shaves his head.
And then the little boy goes, "Snicked," and like he's Wolverine.
Wait, is that why he's actually
then-
in the yellow wheelchair? He's hiding his fawn legs,
And then he eats
Yes.
some Turkish delights.
and then he eats some Turkish delights. Okay.
Exactly.
So yes, that was all the rage. I remember people wouldn't stop talking about that movie.
Is it the first one that was number
Yes.
2?
Yep.
That's the only one I've seen, honestly. Like I thought it was fine, but like I know people who are like, "Oh, those movies are so good," and I was like, "The first one, I think I've seen one time."
Did they make 3
And it was done.
of them?
Yes.
It's a trilogy, right?
I think there's way more books
You know
than
what?
that.
That's what we
but
should do for our New Year's. We should have watched Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh,
All
that's
3.
a rabbit hole.
what'd you watch?
Nothing.
Oh, well, you
we
fucked
were
up.
lame. I watched SmackDown, and then we watched Miley Cyrus's New Year's Eve bash, where it was the worst like collaboration of music for people I've ever heard in my entire life. Dolly Parton
Oh.
and Miley Cyrus do not sing well together. And then they had some French artist or somebody singing with Sia. And
No, it was David Burns from the
David-
Talking Heads.
Oh, David Burns. I'm sorry.
and he was
Interesting.
awful.
Look it up, Amanda. Look up David.
Well, 'cause
David
David-
Burns
he-
and
the-
Sia.
Well, I will. Like the Talking Heads, those okay. So Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus have good voices on their own, but together Miley Cyrus would completely overpower
And
Dolly
she
Parton.
did.
Yeah, and
And she
Dolly
did.
Parton could not sing a Miley Cyrus song. It's like
Right.
not her style to where it just sounded
No.
awful.
And then I like the Talking Heads, but he has a very kind of almost like ghosty voice, like
Oh,
Yeah,
And,
it was almost like
it sounded like he was just talking.
I was gonna say talk singing.
Yes.
To
that's kind of what he does.
Yeah.
Like the Psycho Killer song, like he kind of just like he doesn't full on like belt a song out. And Sia, like Miley Cyrus, has a very strong
It
voice.
was just let's just
So-
say bad
Yeah,
matchups.
I think
It
I
was
would
not good.
sooner see a song. I think I would sooner listen to a song that Sia and Miley Cyrus sing together
Sure.
because I think they could both kind of belt stuff out.
Sure.
yeah,
I agree with that.
Interesting.
yeah. So sidebar.
Okay, sidebar. Sorry, we
Sidebar,
keep
we're doing this
sidebearing
list.
Number 1, number 2, and anybody that's listening is like, "Dear God, dude, you've only gone through 2 movies. Let's go."
You know what? This is our show, not yours.
Numero 3.
I have forgotten Spanish immediately.
Harry Potter.
And the prisoner, no, the
Goblet of Fire.
and the prisoner of fire, the Goblet of Azkaban.
Honestly, like Harry Potter, like I remember when those movies were coming out, dude. It was like a cultural phenomenon.
Oh, dude, yeah, people
like
freaked over that stuff.
it was like where did you see Harry Potter at? Oh my god.
Was Harry Potter
And
every
it-
couple years, or was it every year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember from the Goblet of Fire, I had not seen them all until listeners. Let me paint you a picture. I had maybe seen like 1 or 2 of them when I moved in with Ashley and Andy a million years ago, and Ashley really liked them. And so we were gonna like go see the last one or something, and you made me watch all of them.
Wow, that's so
Oh.
cruel of me.
Because she doesn't
I
like
wasn't-
them now.
I can't even get through the first one. I'm like, if I am gonna watch the Harry Potter series, I have to start at the beginning. But the first one is the worst
It's
one.
it's the most boring in my eyes.
It's so hard to get through.
Yeah.
I think like 4, 5, and 6 are good.
They
Like
get pretty intense.
Yeah,
but
and well, I think all the characters grew up too, so like it's more enjoyable
is
because they're
Goblet
not
of Fire
children.
all about Quidditch? Or no? The first one's about Quidditch, but it's like Goblet of Fire
They're
about
all
games,
about-
or
It's
no?
about the
all
games,
about
yeah.
Quidditch.
Yeah.
It's about the tournament.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
That one I actually don't think is bad because it's got a ton of other characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got like the underwater thing, and then I just remember that part. It's when it like Harry Potter's name gets picked, and then Dumbledore's like, "Did you put your name on the Goblet of Fire?" Like he gets all in his face.
Who's the bad guy in that one?
Voldemort, dog. He's the bad guy in all of them.
Wait a minute. Voldemort's a bad guy? Spoiler alert.
It's like asking who the bad guy in Star Wars is.
No, there's always a dark arts teacher that's like a turd every year.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's just whoever the dark arts teacher is.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
I don't know.
Okay, fine.
I don't know.
Okay, so that was 3. So number
was
1,
3.
so 1, 2, and 3 is huge franchises.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Chronicles of Narnia, and Harry Potter. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, 2005 was a banger then. Like that summer, I'm assuming they all came out that summer. Maybe they came out winter and stuff too, but
Oh, Star Wars always comes out in December.
oh, you're right. Star Wars probably was a December release.
Next is War of the Worlds.
Ooh, Tom Cruise, the remake.
Yeah.
I don't remember liking that.
I don't like that one.
I never watched it.
It's literally just aliens come down and they've got little tentacles and they come and pick people up. Or I don't. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I remember from
No,
the
it was
trailer.
one. It was like his son. He has 2 kids. The son runs off to like go help everybody, and you pretty much assume he's dead. And then he comes back at the end. He's like, "Dad, I'm alive!" And it's like, "Oh, hooray!" Like it was.
Amanda writes
it
great
was
synopsis. I love
So good.
it.
It was dumb.
But that one was a popular one for boomers because they really like the old one. So maybe
That's fair.
why. Maybe they frequented the theaters because they were like, oh, I remember loving that as a child. H.G. Wells, right? Didn't he do War of the Worlds?
Yeah, totes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Next is King Kong.
Okay.
Oh.
Listen, I might have a hot take on this one because I think a lot of people didn't like it. I thought that movie was phenomenal. I liked Jack Black in that film a lot. I thought that King Kong was very, very well done. Looked great. The movie itself is long, though. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's over 2 hours.
It's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's 2.5,
But
3
Peter
hours.
Jackson, dude, he makes world building stuff with, with Lord of the Rings and Hobbit and stuff like that. I get it. But I thought King Kong was a great movie. I thought it was awesome.
I think it was well cast.
Yeah.
I think that some of the story plot lines were very convenient.
Sure.
But honestly, the first half of the movie where they're on the island, I love.
Yeah.
The minute they leave the island,
Yeah.
I'd turn the movie off.
Well, but I mean, that's King Kong. He's supposed to go to the city. Like, that's the whole.
Yes, but like the movie completely changes.
You're right.
Because
you're right. It does change.
the half where they're on the island with like the tribe of people and King Kong and blah blah blah, it's like an adventure mystery almost, but adventure movie, like action. And then the minute they get to New York or whatever, it's now like a love story, and it shifts, and it isn't able to keep up with itself because you're like, oh man, this was really interesting, and then the storyline just like
pulls you back.
And just kind of like really slows down.
Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa. Like,
Well,
it was interesting.
And those are the qualms I think that a lot of people had with it because it's also so long.
yeah.
So for it to split like that and then you find yourself being bored. But I guess I just wasn't. I was just like, I think I spent most of the movie being like, just climb the frickin' tower. What's New York?
Empire
State Building. Just do it. Climb that and I'm good.
Yeah.
Knock down a plane. I'm good. I want to see it.
Well, and I think it's the semi-recent remakes of the King Kong movies kind of split that movie into two.
Yeah, you're right.
Where you had King Kong Skull Island, where they're looking for him the whole time. And then the second movie is technically Godzilla versus Kong or whatever.
Yep.
But it's like that is him coming to the mainland or whatever.
Yeah. Have you seen both of them?
So I don't know. Yeah.
Dude, I thought they were rad. And I'm
I
excited.
love them.
So in the first one, Kong, like he's doing his own thing. And obviously Godzilla had
his own thing.
No, his. Her is the 2001 where it's of she, right? Like with Matthew Broderick. No, Godzilla and then him, and then they fight each other. And then now the next one, they're supposed to team up. Like, because they kind of teamed up at the end of that one. So
yeah, they teamed up at the end
to
to defeat the Mecha Godzilla.
Happen. So I'm stoked, dude. I thought it was a great film. What were we talking about? King Kong.
King Kong.
It was so good. What was it?
What was it? I mean, it was, you guys have to admit though, like it was another like visual, like masterpiece back then too.
It was beautiful.
And I remember this, which you guys roll your eyes, but Xbox came out in 2005 as well. And that was one of the first games was the King Kong game.
Oh,
And
really?
I remember playing it in Best Buy and I was like, oh my God, these are the coolest graphics I've ever seen in my entire life. And now, obviously, it doesn't look as good. That is all.
We have a big figure of King Kong, and Andy used to chase camera in the house with it.
I have a video and she's screaming. Like as
I remember when she used to be afraid of it.
It's upstairs.
Next up, Wedding Crashers.
Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson.
Wow. That's awesome.
So,
wow.
I've never seen it.
What?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't stand Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson
Yeah.
has one way of acting.
Yeah.
I cannot stand him. I like Vince Vaughn. I don't know. It just always looked really stupid to me.
Yeah.
But I know that everybody is like, oh my God, that movie's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, I will say this. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are not what make that movie funny. It's the other characters that they interact with is why that movie's funny. Eliza Clishing? No, that's not that. Shoot, what is her name? She's redhead. She's married to Borat, whatever that.
Isla
actor's name is.
Fisher?
Yeah, Isla Fisher. She's in that movie, and she
Yeah.
cracks me up, dude, because she's being very inappropriate with Vince Vaughn through like this entire thing. And some of the stuff that she's doing is freaking hilarious. But like that was great.
The few like clips I've seen like were very like awkward humor.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I cannot feel embarrassed for someone else. And I think like Owen Wilson plus what I had seen was like really weird. And so I was like, I'm going to skip it.
No, I honestly think if I rewatched it again, it sucks because some of those movies, man, like we're now to what is it gonna be 20 years in a couple years, right? Of Wedding Crashers. I don't know if the humor still holds up. So like I
Sure.
remember it being funny when I was younger, but
Yeah, I remember it being pretty funny and
Yeah.
very popular. But I think what it did was it coined being a wedding crasher.
Oh, sure.
That wasn't a thing before that.
just like bucket
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. It's like now everyone knows what a wedding crasher is.
Right. And now people are like, wait, how many people have actually crashed weddings? That's wild.
Right?
Yeah, if that was true.
Moving on, Batman Begins.
Oh, dude, I'm surprised that wasn't higher up on the list. Because that's actually a pretty damn good movie.
Yeah, it only grossed $206.85 million.
I mean, that's still a lot of money, but I know it was a fresh Batman, so
I'm very curious because I mean, I guess it really depends when it came out, right?
Yeah.
Like, does that just mean it only made that much money in 2005?
oh sure.
Like-
I don't know if it was yearly box office type of deal, but it's
Do you know?
probably
No, or like, let's say it made 65 million in 2005, but then made another 20 million in 2006.
No, I think these numbers are. It's a list of
Total?
movies that came out in 2005, ranked by how much they made total in the box office.
so that could still be to this day.
Yeah, if you were still
I
showing Batman
guess.
Begins in the box office.
No, but I'm saying franchises like Harry Potter, Star Wars, that type of stuff will continue to get views where maybe Batman will slow down. I don't know. I will say, excuse me, I will say Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul were brand new villains to the modern audiences. And the movie was really kind of well done. And Christian Bale really took on Batman well in that film, which set up a whole nother trilogy. So I'm just surprised in that summer, which it's going up against a lot of popular stuff.
Yeah.
But Wedding Crashers is ahead of it. Like that, I find that to be interesting.
So Wedding Crashers
What is-
made $209 million.
Yeah.
So an extra, not even $3 million.
So close. They're really close.
Yeah.
But Batman cost a hell of a lot more than Wedding Crashers to make.
It could be that separates the
Yeah.
two.
Sure. Amanda, you like Batman, I'm assuming? Batman Begins?
I hated it.
Ugh.
No, I mean, come on, it's great.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite
No,
of the
mine
three,
either.
but I mean, you know, you got to. I mean, if you think about it this way, like Christopher Nolan had some commercial success, but he had not had a major hit yet. I don't think, right? Like,
no, because the only thing he had done before that was Memento and Insomnia, I think.
yeah, and those were good movies, but they didn't have like massive hits.
Yeah.
And so I think that, you know, if you think about like all the pieces of that, where it's a new Batman movie where the last one was George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, right.
So you're coming from that.
High
It's
bar.
completely new, gritty Batman. A director you probably hadn't really heard of before.
Sure.
The main actor who's playing Batman, you've maybe recognized from a couple things, but he didn't have any huge hits.
No, Christian Bale was not a mainstream person before that either.
No, and go listen to our Christian Bale
Yes.
episode of Street
Please
Cred.
do.
But then So you had all those things. You had a completely different like color palette for Batman, and you had bad guys that you maybe don't know.
Mm-hmm. A lot of intrigue
And
with the film for sure.
When I think that they were taking a huge risk, but they were smart to have like more like a Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, even Liam Neeson kind of back up Christian Bale.
Yeah, those are
'cause
those are high end names.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Cillian Murphy wasn't super known
Right.
at that point.
Right.
Like he'd done like 28 Days Later and stuff, but he wasn't a huge star.
Right.
And so I think that was probably the grab for people like, ooh, Morgan Freeman? Like, ooh, okay. Or ooh, Liam Neeson's going to be the bad guy? Okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like,
because Liam Neeson was having some pretty damn good films back then, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that it was definitely very different than what you'd had before. So I think some people maybe weren't as jumping the gun to go watch it.
Yeah.
But I'd be curious, like, what movies had the best like rental and sales?
Oh, sure. After that fact.
Because I was actually watching an interview the other day. This is really off topic with like Nick Swardsden, and he was in like Grandma's Boy.
Oh, I heard that
And
too. That it was the DVD did way better than the theater.
In theaters, it made like $20 million, like nothing major. But then on DVD, it made over $100 million,
Which is crazy. But they said they knew it was going to happen, that it would be a success,
Yeah.
but just not in the theaters.
So I'd be curious how much it made on video.
Mhm. I like that take, Amanda. I agree with you.
Next up, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Ugh. That movie only made what it made because people were intrigued to see what it was going to be. And then they saw it and they were like,
Yeah.
what did I just waste
It was
my money
literally
on?
like, oh, I love the classic. Oh, Tim Burton's great. Oh, it's Johnny Depp. Like,
I'm in.
I'm
And
in.
then you watch it and I'm like, I'm out.
Well, hold on. I'm going to look this up really quick. When did the first Pirates of the Caribbean come out?
2004, 2003, I think. Din, 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 it. Din, 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 din.
Okay. So 2003.
Yeah.
Oh, also go listen to our Tim Burton and Johnny Depp street
Please
creds.
do.
So 2003 was Pirates of the Caribbean. So this had to have been like his first big follow-up to Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah,
#1.
I think
Yeah.
so.
So the fact that it was Willy Wonka, I mean, what a shitty movie.
I mean, it's really bad, but it didn't stop it from having commercial success, obviously.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go see it in the movie theater, but I definitely saw it when it came out. And I remember thinking like, wow, this is kooky.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a few times and I have rewatched it, but every time I watch it, I'm like, this is boring. Or like,
Yeah.
there's parts that are like, this is weird just to be weird.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of charm from the first one, just in almost everything that they do, shrinking to Blueberry to a Golden Goose. And like the way they portrayed them in the new film, I felt fell flat. Like I didn't care about the characters, where in the first one I like every character. Right?
I also think though in the original, like there's a charm to Willy Wonka where like he seems like a totally normal man, but then you start to see like he's a little off. Okay,
Right,
that's weird.
where
he might be strange.
Johnny Depp's
where
weird
Johnny
from the
Depp's like,
beginning.
I'm just weird. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go inside your chocolate factory.
With your weird
Yeah, no.
haircut.
Getting in an elevator with you.
No, Ashley, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
That's like Gene Wilder on the outside is like, oh, he kind of dresses weird, but he's still kind of normal. And Johnny Depp's character is like, I'm kooky. Isn't that weird? And you're like,
I sound like Blippy.
Yeah. Right.
you're like, no, it's annoying.
Yeah.
No, you creep
Like-
me out, dude.
And they honestly relied way too much on special effects.
Yeah.
And I think that's the allure of the original Willy Wonka is, for the most part,
Practical.
everything looks real.
Well, and like
You
the
know,
Oompa Loompas,
like-
dude, are a bunch of different little people, and then in the new one, it's like a digitally reproduced same little midget
Single
Indian
man.
guy. Like,
Yeah.
and it was very
Yeah.
strange, and it felt off, and it didn't have charm, and it lost like credibility as you watch the movie, and like, I don't know, and I think Tim Burton was trying to go off more source material from the book, right? Where like,
Oh, sure.
Willy Wonka is like scared of the dentist or some crap, or his dad was a dentist, or I don't remember what it was, but it was all because they made a fucking sequel, right, to it as well, didn't they? Or did they not?
No.
Oh,
There's a book.
Oh no! The movie. Did Johnny Depp only play Willy Wonka one time?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
see,
think so.
Go listen to our Johnny Depp
No,
episode,
no, no.
Andy.
I'm mixing it up with Alice in Wonderland, where they made two
Oh, yeah.
with Mad Hatter.
Oh.
Yeah, basically Johnny Depp, whenever he worked with Tim Burton, just kept playing the same damn character, like over and over again. Like, I'm kooky weird guy, and I was very disappointed in that film because I loved Tim Burton, but there wasn't a whole lot of Tim Burton stuff after that I enjoyed either. So
Yeah, and I think it's hard when you take a movie. It would like Willy Wonka, right? Like it's a classic film. Like everybody's freaking seen Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Like, and you take that movie and you remake it. It's like a lot of people have been watching this since they were kids.
Yeah.
So you're gonna remake a movie, and so I understand like wanting to do your own thing with it. But it's like, dude, if you're gonna remake this, it has to be better.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't better. It was just weirder.
It was.
And
Yes, yes, it was.
you said the word that I think makes the most sense, Andy. It lost all its charm.
Yeah, it really did. It really did. But made enough money for the studios not to care.
Yeah, holy shit. Apparently.
Next up is Madagascar.
Oh, I mean,
Ugh.
that's
she
well.
says.
The funny thing about Madagascar is that's DreamWorks working super hard against Pixar. So, like, they're trying.
Well, Disney made a movie called The Wild.
yeah, because they
Yeah.
were trying
And-
to do the same thing.
They literally it's zoo animals break out of the Manhattan Zoo.
Instead
Well,
of
I would
Madagascar.
have to say The Wild was probably more cutesy,
yeah.
and Madagascar is definitely more like over the top funny.
It's very much the same Ice Age formula.
I mean, it's literally Chris Rock and Ben Stiller.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
it's being goofy, right?
yeah. And
Yeah.
they've ran with Madagascar. Like after
Oh.
this, they did so many like
And there was penguins,
Spin-offs,
right? The
yeah.
Penguins of Madagascar is basically like Minions, where they just had their own series over and over and over again.
yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
and then they were able to market the King Julian lemur guy.
You're right. Yep. And he had his own little things.
How many fucking times you still hear I like to move it,
Oh,
move it.
yeah.
I like to move
See,
it.
I mean,
move
you
it.
have to say like that was culturally influenced though for a long time. So you can't say like it didn't keep us entertained for a little while too. But I would rather watch that than The Wild any day.
I'd rather sit in silence for an hour and a half.
But I really like Ice Age, and when Madagascar came out, it kind of had that same feeling, that same branding, and so I enjoyed that one too. But I see why it's on the list. That's the first like real kids movie,
yeah, that's the first kids movie on the
because
list.
Willy Wonka was not. I mean, it's not supposed to be a kids movie, but it's
It was
marketed
not for
that
little
way.
children.
Yeah. After that, we have Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
We talked about this in the Brad Pitt episode.
Yep.
And the Angelina Jolie episode.
I still think that they were at what I would call the height of their careers when it was made, and so it turned out well. It's fine. An action thriller with two of the sexiest actors in Hollywood. Sounds.
I was actually thinking
Formula.
recently about rewatching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Because they're supposed to be a husband and wife, and neither of them know that they're a spy, right? And then they end up having to work together because they were both trying to play each other.
I think they were both supposed to kill each other, and then now they want to take out their boss or
Right.
whatever. But I think the movie's so good because their chemistry is real.
Yes, true, right.
So that one's good.
They're not still together, right?
No,
No,
Okay.
it's not a good split.
Okay, got it. We don't want to talk about it.
It's a sore subject. All right. After that, we have Hitch.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, wasn't Kevin
James.
Kevin James like coming up during that time, like he was starting to get popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was as popular as he got to.
Sure.
Like,
sure.
Why is Kevin James the
I
first
see.
person you pick out of this movie?
Because Will Smith had already had so many hits before that. It's like, just throw Will Smith in it, it'll do well.
Sure.
So this was where Kevin James actually got a chance to maybe, I guess shine's the wrong word, but
I see why, I get why this movie's on the list.
yeah.
It's absolutely not one that I care for at all.
But the first rom-com, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I get why it made money, because it was a movie that women would like, that men would think is funny.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot to say on that one. It's kind of like you know why it's on the list. You know why it's there.
Yeah. Hitch is Hitch. Which wasn't that a remake too?
Oh, yeah. There might have been.
I think so.
Was it like Jack Lemmon or something like that back in the day? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Probably.
The Longest Yard.
Adam Sandler.
What is that?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, and it's a group of criminals.
They're in prison.
This
Yeah.
is also a remake.
It is with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yep. But The Longest Yard, I was actually a decent movie. It's actually pretty good. Can of corn, I'll be fine. That's what it came from.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Did you see it, Amanda? Longest Yard? Oh, yeah, you don't like Adam Sandler.
I don't like Adam Sandler.
I don't. And it's funny because I've thought about him as a street cred person, because he's just kind of relevant all the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I would not be good at that episode, because you'd be like, did you see that one, Amanda? I'd be like, no, I did not.
I'd be able to
No,
talk
I did
about
not.
almost all of them.
So let's just
And
sit
the few
Andy
that I
in a
have
room
seen-
and you can talk about Adam Sandler.
Hey, if you guys would like to have a Patreon-only episode where I just talk about Adam Sandler films, let me know. Let me know.
And it's hard because the few I've seen, I didn't like them.
Oh, that sucks. And now it's one of those things where the humor was good 20 years ago, and now you'll watch it and you'll be like, that wasn't funny at all. That doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he's funny.
Yeah. What number was that, Ash? Sorry.
12.
Number 12. Okay.
Fantastic Four.
Okay. I just rewatched these movies. Okay. The first Fantastic Four is not terrible.
It's not bad.
Thing looks dumb. I will agree. Thing looks dumb, and in fact,
He looks bad.
Michael Chiklis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And his fake fucking chiclet
Dude,
teeth.
the teeth are goofy.
In the suit.
The suit is bad. They made his hands way too big. Like, it looks almost...
clobbering time.
Freaking comical.
He looks like Hellboy.
Yes.
His huge
And
hands.
then in Silver Surfer, like the second one, they actually fix it and they make his hands a little bit less big. But like the actual story where Mr. Fantastic is going in to his old like colleague / rival, there's a little love interest with Sue Storm and Dr. Doom, and he has to ask him for money, why they go up in the space station, why they have to end up being heroes, and they take out Dr. Doom. Like, the whole story's not bad. It's very, though, 2005 storytelling, very like 2005
Convenient.
animation. Chris Evans is like jock boy to a T, like that character. And he had played that in previous films too, right? Before that.
Yeah.
The whole teen angst comedy that he did, I forget what it was called.
Not another teen movie, right? So like where he walks out when he has the whipped cream on his nipples and stuff like that. Have you seen that, Ash?
Sure haven't.
Oh my God, dude. So like,
You're not missing
I
anything.
understand why they cast him in that role, and he did a fine Johnny Storm. Like, it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that movie gets way too much hate. I think the first Fantastic Four is actually not terrible. Silver Surfer, though, is not good. Like, it's the Rise of Silver Surfer has a lot of issues with it. So
It's too bad
Yeah.
because I really like the first Fantastic Four. It's obviously hokey.
it has a lot of hoke. It does.
But
yeah.
I think that there's a man made out of rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that you can't make that look normal.
Sure.
Like Thor did it well, where he's a comedic character
Oh, yeah,
who
with
kind of
Korg.
like,
Yeah.
but he doesn't look normal. So I think they'd have to go kind of that route.
Which they tried in Fan Four Stick, and he still looked goofy.
It's awful.
Yeah.
But I think Fantastic Four is good. I think that Jessica Alba was a terrible choice. Chris Evans was a choice. Michael Chiklis was a terrible choice. So the costume design's not great. They are unfortunately stuck in 2005 capabilities of graphics.
Right.
Some of them aren't too bad. Some of them are terrible.
Yeah.
But I think that the best thing in that movie is Ian Gruffold, who plays Reed Richards, and Julian McMahon, who plays Dr. Doom.
Yeah, both
I
great
think that
casting choices for that. Yep.
their portrayals of their characters I thought were great.
Yep.
I think that Julian McMahon makes a great Dr. Doom.
Yes, I agree. It really sucks that his opportunity is now gone, though, because he was a great Dr. Doom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that unfortunately the first movie got hated on a lot.
Yeah.
So when they made the second one, because obviously it was successful, so they made the second one, I think there was a lot of studio interference because they wanted to make it bigger and better and whatever, and ended up making a movie that makes no sense.
No.
It's stupid.
Super hope.
Like, basically you have a character coming to Earth, and then now all of a sudden Chris Evans' character can like absorb the other characters' attributes.
Oh yeah,
and
no, they like have this weird, he
mix and match
he
kind of thing.
builds this weird thing to try to fix. The whole story is like he's trying to fix the thing, right? Over and over again. But yeah, for them to like switch roles and like all of a sudden he's the thing,
It just was
they started to do
stupid.
dumb stuff. But the 2005 release, if you guys have not seen it, watch it. I mean, don't have high expectations, but know like it has its moments. If Jessica Alba was recast, and even Michael Chiklis is not a terrible casting, it was just that they needed to fix the costume design of the thing. If they were able to do those two things, and Jessica Alba was replaced with somebody that wasn't as goofy bubbly, because she was like, I don't know, she almost comes off as just like a bimbo, even though she's not.
I think it would be different if she played roles of someone intelligent. Like all her roles leading up to that point were like her in Sin City or like her like in rom-coms. And it's like, unfortunately, she's typecast and you don't believe her as this female scientist.
I know that I've seen her play good roles. So the eye, like where she gets somebody else's eyes and they can see like, she can see into their future or past or something like that. And she's trying to solve a murder. Her character is actually really serious and dramatic. If she would have taken that style into Sue Storm, but she made her like, it was just the word you used was hokey, and she's very hokey in that film. So
yeah, I would say though, if you like the superhero movies and you haven't seen that one, I would watch it.
I'd watch
I
it.
think it's decent. If you can suffer through Spider-Man 3, you can watch Fantastic Four.
I agree. Yep, that's a good way to put it. Okay, we're done.
Next,
Okay, next.
Chicken Little.
Oh, that's a banger.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do like the video game.
I actually read when I was doing research for another episode recently that Chicken Little was supposed to be a girl,
Oh, interesting.
and they actually recorded the whole thing, and then they were like, "No."
It didn't work.
They're like, "No, we're not. We're gonna make him a boy."
Oh,
So
snap.
so they got Zach Braff to come do the voice.
Wow. Okay. Was it?
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
I've seen Chicken Little. Yeah, it was cool, and it's claymation, right? The whole thing.
No.
Oh.
You're
You're thinking
Chicken
of Chicken Run.
Oh, I sure am thinking Chicken Run. Oh, me. Okay, sorry.
No, I think if you're someone listening to this and you have kids and you want like a new one that's like decently funny for adults, that one's hilarious, and it doesn't rely on like the tongue-in-cheek sex jokes.
Yeah.
The writing is legitimately hilarious.
Okay, I'll have to give Chicken Little another shot then, because I haven't seen it in a long time.
I've seen it a ton. It's one that I'll watch. Like you have those like you have those like 10 or 15 movies that are like, I'm just gonna put a movie on that like I know I've seen a million times and I'll just watch it. Chicken Little's one that will go through my rotation because it's just stupid. Like,
yeah, it works for that. Okay. All right.
How much time do we have?
Give us like three.
We can
Give us
do-
like three more.
Okay.
3 more movies.
Robots.
Oh,
hated
wait,
it.
that's Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Sad, dude.
You hated it?
bro.
Hated it.
Amanda.
Yeah, I
didn't
don't like it.
I like robots.
I feel like Cam used to watch that movie when she
Yeah.
was really little. She really enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
I think it was okay. I think it was cute. Was that a DreamWorks film? Because I don't think it was Pixar or Disney.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm going to say yes.
yeah.
Walk the Line.
Oh, not Walk Hard.
No.
Okay, I like Walk
That
Hard.
that movie's better.
But Joaquin
Yes.
Phoenix and Walk the Line, where he's playing Johnny Cash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't it nominated for Best Picture or something
He
like
won.
that?
He won.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, the movie ain't bad then. If he won, I'll give him that.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
I'm
you
not a
skipped
Johnny
it.
Cash fan.
No, you haven't been.
The Pacifier.
Oh my God, is that with
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel?
Oh, and he's like a.
He's like and he has to babysit or something.
He's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
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 You know what it is?
Fuck,
It's
I-
not commando. It's what's it called? Hulk Hogan did one.
Yeah, what
where
was
all of a
that
sudden-
called?
All of a sudden, he has to take care of kids, and he's like,
It's
Yeah, I think you're right, Mr. Nanny.
It's like a nanny.
"Is that what it is? Is that what it's called?"
Yeah.
For some reason,
Hold
I thought
on.
it was like Garage Commando, which is not what it's called. But
Boom, Mr. Nanny.
it is called Mr. Nanny. Okay, that reminds me a lot of that
Yeah.
type of story, right? Where all of a sudden this big,
I feel like there's been a
brooding
lot
guy
of movies with a
has to take care of
similar
that.
theme.
Yeah,
Oh, The Rock has done
Yeah.
3,
because Tooth Fairy's like that, where he's like big and bulky,
and then
yeah.
the game plan.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
It's all about-
that's right.
It's literally just these movies that these big bulky dudes are typecast in to get them in roles where they make them look frilly and stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stupid to be a girl. Oh.
We make millions.
Men have to take care of kids? What?
They really wrenched that rag out for 2005. Those types of stories and
Yeah.
stuff, like that type of storytelling.
I mean,
yeah.
that kind of story would never fly anymore.
No, I don't think so.
Would never fly.
It definitely wouldn't
Because-
be popular.
Because I think there's also more people vocalizing, like, yeah, they're your fucking kids.
Yeah, take
right?
care of them.
Like-
yeah, right.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they are like bank robbers.
Yeah.
And he's isn't that one R rated?
No, it's PG-13.
Oh, okay.
I didn't love it, but I thought it was decent once.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like,
This is
I remember I
kinda
watched
late in
it-
his popularity, right? He pretty
he-
much
this is
waned
definite-
after this.
yeah, this was definitely like a slowing down point
Yeah.
in his career, I think. I remember watching that, and it was just kind of like, yeah, that was okay.
What's
that was
the
all right.
other lead? What's her name?
Tia Leone.
Yeah,
Tia
that's
Leone.
right. And I kind of feel like she fell off after that too.
When was she
No,
on?
she's done stuff.
I only remember her from Bad Boys. That's I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying. You say she fell off, but when was she on?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like she did a couple decent films in between Bad Boys and Fun with Dick and Jane.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Okay, give us 2 more. We got some time.
Okay. That'll take us to 20. It's great.
Yep.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Dude, that should be higher on the list. That's funny as hell.
I think this is probably one that gained more popularity after the theater.
Yeah,
That's a grandma's boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like all of a sudden the quotes start coming out and people are like, what's that from? And you tell them. But like also, can any of this stuff hold up anymore? Can he be on a bike crying saying, me so horny, me so stupid? Like, can you do that type of humor and have it land anymore? I don't think so.
I will say, I think that movie, obviously there's going to be some jokes that maybe you can't do anymore, but like overall, I think that movie would be okay.
Yeah.
Because it was mostly just Steve Carell making fun of himself.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think the 40-year-old virgin is a concept that people can still connect with.
I can't. I don't get it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like,
But I mean, I think that people can certain people can definitely identify with like, dating in your like middle age is hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
And it's weird.
Well, that film, there's some like iconic moments, but him getting the waxing
yeah,
was like real.
yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
freaking screaming. Yeah.
That's literally the first like scene that pops into my mind when I think about this movie.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's introduction, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It was an introduction to a lot of those guys
Yeah.
because Steve
Paul
Carell
Rudd.
had
Yeah,
Steve Carell even had been around,
Yeah.
but he wasn't super
Yeah,
popular
he had
yet.
done Anchorman, but
Yeah, but no, I thought it was okay. It's not one that I go back to a lot.
right.
But it's good.
Final one here, Flight Plan.
why am I struggling to know what that was about?
Is that Jodie
Jodie
Foster?
Is this like what she always did, where she just gets herself in a particular or a precarious situation and has to get out
Yeah,
of it?
it's a thriller in
Yeah.
a confined location with Jodie
So
Foster.
basically Panic Room all over again, just on a plane.
Yeah.
A bereaved woman and her daughter are flying home from Berlin to America at 30,000 feet. The child vanishes and nobody would admit she was ever on the plane.
No, I'm not.
I
Interesting.
remember it being decent.
It
like,
probably was fine. Jodie Foster as like I mean, it wasn't like she was an action star, but it kind of like,
she has that intensity.
yeah. Wow, way to end it.
Wow.
Box
You're really-
office throwback. Jodie Foster. Bleh.
All right, let me
Just
throw
kidding.
a couple more here, just going down the list.
Okay.
Saw 2,
Banger.
Brokeback Mountain,
Banger.
Actually won Academy Award.
Ring 2, Constantine,
Banger.
Exorcism of Emily
Ooh,
Rose,
Constantine's
Banger.
a banger.
Sin
Banger.
City,
Banger.
V for
Banger.
Vendetta,
Banger. Oh my
Banger.
God. See, look at all this stuff that we missed.
Yeah. Sahara.
Not a banger.
Oh, not a banger.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Saw 2, that one I only remember because of the needles. When she gets thrown into a vat of needles. Yeah, that was the most intense part. But
Wow.
that's how we'll end it.
All right.
Amanda, where can people come and tell us their favorite movie of 2005? Yeah.
You can do all of that at our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast. Also, if you like the show, you want to support the show, $3 a month gets you access to exclusive episodes and some other stuff at patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast.
And I'm not kidding. If you guys want an Adam Sandler street cred only, I will do it.
It's called Andy on Adam.
Andy on Adam. That's all right. Yep. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll call it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode of the Real Awkward Podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello, Real Awkward listeners. The Real Awkward Podcast turns 3 this year. That's right, 3 years of fun, entertaining content for you guys, and we cannot do it without listeners like you. If you guys want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast. For $3 a month, that gets you access to exclusive shows, merchandise, and name shoutouts on the show. We also will take your suggestions for show topics. Thank you so much for 3 years, and we look forward to many more.